is the most dangerous country for Christians in the world.
Nigeria, known as the Giant of Africa, is the continent's biggest economy and largest democracy, with a population projected to become the world's third largest by 2050. It's also the world's largest mixed Muslim-Christian nation.
In Nigeria, we have, as a population, 210 million people. And I want to be precise, almost the 50% are Christians. And so Christians are Nigeria. Christians aren't guests.
A vibrant Nigeria could serve as a growth engine for the whole continent. A failed one would be a source of instability and violence. Nigeria has been in the news lately because of the recent elections. The country is at an inflection point, with over 60% of the population living in poverty, while security crises, including kidnapping and terrorism, have multiplied. Bola Tinubu, a political kingmaker, was declared the winner of the presidential election after a tight race marred by accusations of vote rigging and the lowest turnout ever recorded.
I've never prayed for that to happen in my church. 6 of them went to church. My dad, my mom, and the children were 4. When we started, we sing praises, we pray for the peace of the nation. Then we pray for those persecuted Christians.
Because we are 9 in our family. It was during the prayer section when the attack happened. We started hearing gunshots from the window.
My eyes was closed. I was screaming. But by the time I opened my eyes, I saw everywhere, like it's fire. I was thinking that maybe so many people would die in the church.
Everybody was crying, shouting. I started feeling some pain. I was shivering. It was cold. I did not realize it was a bullet that speared through.
I saw people on the floor. Some are dead and some are crying. There's blood around them. Their bodies.
It's Sunday morning in Nigeria, and Christians across the country are heading to church. As part of the continent's largest Christian community, believers here have their choice of places to worship. Here at the Family Worship Center, pastored by Regent University graduate Sarah Omaku, thousands lift their hands in praise. But just a few miles away on this Sunday, these people try to find enough food to survive another day. I'm just outside of Abuja in the capital of Nigeria, and this is a refugee camp with about 1,500 people in it that have been internally displaced from their villages further north and to the west. There are about 2.5 million internally displaced people within Nigeria, and that makes this one of the largest humanitarian crises in the world right now. And the thing that all of these people have in common is that they're Christians.
Recently, one of 2 priests kidnapped in Nigeria were released, and this is a common scene in the African country. In 2024 alone, at least 10 priests have been abducted. They are often kidnapped with the goal of receiving a ransom or to further religious fanaticism. In terms of religious persecution, Nigeria ranks 6th on the 2024 World Watch List. Since 2019, more than 17,000 Nigerians, most of them Christians, have been abducted, according to the Civil Society Joint Action Group.
Did you know that while much of the world's attention focuses on Israel, Hezbollah, and the Middle East, 16 million Christians are displaced, suffering from persecution in sub-Saharan Africa? Many of the displaced are in Nigeria and the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Well, joining us to explain what is happening and to tell us about his organization's Arise Africa initiative and No Road Home report is Ryan Brown. He's CEO of Open Doors USA. Hi, Ryan. So this Open Doors No Road Home report is quite troubling. Half of the displaced people in sub-Saharan Africa are Christian. So what's happening to them and why?
Yeah, this is the result of a multi-year trend in which we just continue to see violence and instability escalate throughout sub-Saharan Africa. And Nigeria really is the epicenter of much of that violence against Christians. And so what we see is mass displacement of Christians in the area. The need far outpaces the support that's been pledged by the UN and other actors to provide aid. And so the humanitarian crisis just continues to mount throughout the area.
Everyone, to Christian World News, I'm Wendy Griffith. Well, the news is full of the threat of war in the Middle East. At the same time, a revolution is underway in parts of the region, a Jesus revolution. An unprecedented number of Muslims are forsaking Islam and choosing to follow Christ, especially in Iran. CBN's Gary Lane has the story.
Iranians are growing tired of the Ayatollahs and a nation led by the empty promises of their Islamic theocracy. An anonymous internal poll found that 80% now prefer a democratic government, and many are leaving Islam.
You have a country with one of the highest drug addiction rates in the world. You have a country where corruption runs rampant. You have a country where more than half the people live below the poverty line. And the people of Iran are looking at this and they're saying, wait a minute, if this is what Islam has brought us in the last 45 years, we're not interested. We want to know what the other options are.
According to Todd Nettleton of the Voice of the Martyrs, the faith option many are choosing is Jesus, with at least 1 million Muslims reportedly leaving Islam.